They say revenge is a dish best served cold, but tonight it tasted bittersweet, like old coffee gone sour under the sterile lights of the bank's after hours. I am Helena Montez, 35 years old, senior executive at a pillar New York City bank. My title as sharp and unyielding as the glass walls of my corner office. Most days, I stride onto the marble floor with silk-wrapped resolve and hidden ambition that thrums beneath my tailored suit. My secret wealth layered behind cautious smiles and the measured tilt of my chin. But rewind the clock, and you would see me as nothing more than a teller, eyes trained down, dreams scribbled in the margins of lunch receipts, the world dismissing me as the help. That is how it started. That is how they saw me. Just a teller, they said, like it was a brand seared into my skin. The branch manager would bark instructions without looking me in the eye. Some colleagues barely remembered my name. They never saw how I watched, how I measured every dollar, every sigh, every careless mistake. I learned the rhythm of transactions and the pulse of power in silence, gathering what scraps I could to build the arsenal I would need. The year my father died, my mother begged me to quit banking, terrified that ambition would swallow me whole. But by then, the hunger was all I had left. I turned my grief into grit. I carved my ambition into a weapon. When I caught wind of the branch being up for sale, I worked the graveyard shift so I could study the numbers. I started investing quietly, small, disciplined, and hidden, tucking away what I could from each bonus, every spare minute flowing into research and risk. I ate ramen and wore the same coat all winter, refusing every invitation that would cost me more than a subway fare. The senior executives laughed. That girl will burn out, they said, not knowing that each word from their mouths welded links in my chain of resolve. I had my own list of betrayals. A lover who left when he saw my ledger. Friends who vanished when early losses left me stranded. Family who scoffed at the idea I could buy more than a cup of coffee with my salary. Sometimes the only thing that kept me warm was the fury simmering beneath my skin. I felt invisible. And so I made invisibility my greatest strategy. On the night I signed the papers to buy the branch, I walked into that empty office, keys clinking,